Without the arising of thought, how much time is passing as you stay with the current thought-free, direct experience? Without any thought, how could this direct experience ever seem to flow toward the past or toward the future? Isn't it clear that now-ness is timeless? Is, that is to say, outside of time. And when you dive into timelessness, thought freeness, you only find consciousness. That is yourself. And pure consciousness, yourself, is so immersed in timelessness that it is nothing other than pure beingness. Therefore, there aren't four experiences: nowness, consciousness, yourself, and being. There aren't three or two experiences. There's not even countably one experience. There's simply timeless, conscious, existent, luminous presence. Only when the mind, that is, thought, appears, as happens in the waking state, does it seem as if time is passing. For example, breathing is subtle, that is, mind stuff. Notice how breathing is seemingly unfolding within time, an experience that is indeed within pure presence. Just notice natural breathing and notice furthermore that it seems as if breathing is taking place in time, unfolding through time. Moving with or across time. But then take notice of the fact that you, conscious presence, remain timeless. Don't think about this paradox. Simply allow conscious presence to be nowness as breathing seems to unfold in time. Let breathing be entirely natural, that is, without any resistance, without any tensions, without any subtle panic, knowing full well that, provisionally speaking, breathing is unfolding within open, boundless, conscious presence. Let the breathing naturally elongate. Notice that it, so to speak, of its own accord, smooths itself out, becoming suaver, subtler, and sweeter. Let the movement of the breath be like an ice skate sailing across the ice. The knowing yourself is timeless, while the movement of the breath rhythmically, sweetly, decisively seems to flow through seeming time. Seems to be like a bowstring playing a sweet melody on a violin. Draw your attention to the base. Feel that it is soft, receptive, lubricated. Let all the weight in the left foot fall to the ground. Let all the weight in the left ankle and left lower leg drift into the earth. May the left knee, left upper leg, left hip joint, and left glute all be weightless. Let the right foot be free of all weight. Likewise, the right ankle and the right lower leg. So also the right knee, right upper leg, right hip, and right glute. Let the tailbone be free of all weight. Feel that the total base sensation now is weightless, is lacking in solidity and density. If someone were to ask you how much this total sensation weighed, you would say, I do not understand the question. Your question is nonsensical. A sensation is just a weightless flickering, apparently unfolding in time within timeless consciousness. Your spine is a long, beautiful young tree that is ambling toward the sky. Notice that the spine, said to be straight, is actually slowly undulating, perhaps somewhat in the way that a snake might undulate across the desert floor. So this tree is very alive. It's moving upward, but it's also subtly flowing back and forth. It's dancing, perhaps in step with the breath. Some sacred dance is afoot. And the movements are almost imperceptible from the outside, but they are felt keenly from within. And then the rain comes again. Beautiful, majestic rain falls on the body. Grace touches every single inch of the apparently physical body. And the touch is cleansing, for it takes away an impurity one by one, or two by two. Feel the body relaxing as the rain comes pouring down. The rain is a song. Listen, feel it, ache with it. And meanwhile, let all the tensions flow down into the ground and away somewhere. It's as if one were to say that these burdens are actually not me and not mine. Therefore, let reality take them. Let the ground receive them. Feel the total sensation now. It may feel neutral, or it may feel alive. Do not try to feel some kind of experience. That's simply a thought. Just feel what you're currently feeling, and that is enough. In the non-dual teaching, there actually are no should or should nots, could or could nots, would or would nots. There's only, provisionally speaking, what's arising here and now. Only what is actually the case. And therefore the question is, what is actually the case right now? Reaching inside the physical body not only reveals no physicality in direct experience, but also not a single thing. Not even one thing. The same revelation rather, comes as one, so to speak, looks into the world and discovers that there's not a single thing. In fact, there is no looking in or peering out. There's simply all pervasive emptiness. It's not the case that there is a body that happens to be hollow, nor is it the case that there is a world that happens to have no objects within it. There are no containers here. There are no compartments in actual experience. Only mental categories, body label, skin label, world label, can make it seem as if there are such compartments. They're not actually here. Here is only emptiness. Feel, taste, know this. At this point, we let the energy body become clearer in actual experience. Let the left hand come to life. Let it tingle, vibrate, pulsate. You might feel that there is a yellow light glowing dimly or brightly where the left hand is supposed to be. Let the left arm, lower arm, elbow, upper arm and shoulder, all be light or energy. The right hand and right arm are made of light or energy. the left foot, and the entire leg consist of one seamless flow of energy. And the same is true of the right foot and of the right leg. Here also is light energy. There is no pelvic floor concept. There's just vibrant energy or light, and the entire torso is light, as are the neck and the head. And thus, where you would expect to find a physical body, you actually discover an energy body, or light, or loosely speaking, a field of energy. Or an amorphous flow of light. Imagine the surrounding space and let the energy flow into the space out in front, into the space behind, into the space to the left, into the right hand space, into the space down below, and into the space up above. Let the light energy flow into the surrounding space all around, through and through. The energy pervasion should be so complete that the concepts energy and space lose their meaning. Spatial concepts, left, right, front, back, up, down, likewise lose all sense. If you let go of the concept movement or subtle movement, if you let go of the concept of space, if you let go of the concept of time, then you discover, once again, that your direct experience is nothing but pure consciousness. Take a half step back, so to speak, and fall into pure being, motionless, indivisible being. So far in these meditations, we've been exploring the gross body as well as the subtle or energy body. And indeed, we've been standing as what is beyond them, so to say, and that is pure consciousness. There are a few areas where it can seem as if tensions are still reigning supreme. Those would include movements, certain asanas, as it were, as well as emotions. Both can make it seem as if there is a sense of separation. And indeed, as if there is a separate self that exists. Consequently, Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, insists upon exploring where the confusion lies. In which case, we'll turn first to a series of gentle movements, and second, to an exploration of some emotions. You can begin by placing both hands on your respective thighs or knees. All these movements will be rhythmical, and they will consist of two silent inquiries. The first one has to do with feeling that the energy is leading the movement in a way that is, I would say, Taoist and tension-free. In this sense, it is an exploration of seamless, beautiful, poetic, or spontaneous movement. Secondly, there is a silent question which goes something like this. Isn't it the case that I, consciousness, remain unmoving as this subtle object is flowing within me? At any time, you can place emphasis on the first question, the flowing tension-free movement, or on the second question, all the while maintaining that these questions are silent, are filled with wonderment. We begin with the energy arm. The physical arm does not yet move. Visualize the left arm. Feel that it is, in your feeling imagination, extending toward the front wall. And then allow this energy arm to flow upward. It's caressing the front wall, and then it flows up, touching the seam before it reaches the middle or apex of the ceiling. It's a brush stroke, in a manner of speaking. And now allow the energy arm only to flow in the reverse direction. And now we take at our own pace the physical arm with us, knowing full well that the energy, this felt sense, is, so to speak, leading the way in a tension-free, effortless manner. Proceed by moving the left energy arm and physical arm at your own pace. And when you come to the bottom, you release any residual tension. Now, the right energy arm flows forward, flows along the wall, flows up to the apex of the ceiling before it brushes downward and returns to its starting position. In a moment, you bring the physical arm with you. And then one more revision. At your own pace, the arms will successively move. One flows up and then all the way down. Pause. The next one flows up and then flows down. So that there is a series of poetic brushstrokes rhythmically flowing up and down. Proceed at your own pace. The movement beautifully flows while you remain still. No rushing, it's just swimming. The breathing is harmoniously flowing with the flowing movements. Flowing, tingling, sparkling. And after your right arm comes up and down once more, whenever that is, you pause and rest. Let any tensions, for example, in the shoulders, fall away. And feel the energy body. The next asana is a prostration, a surrender, a forward fold. We'll take both the energy arms and the so-called physical arms with us from the first. The movement goes like this. The arms will be raised up together as high as is comfortable. Whenever it feels as though there's a limit, you stop. The length of the upward movement does not matter. It's the poetry that we're concerned with here. Once the arms flow up to their limit, then they come down, bringing the head and the spine forward. You go as far forward as is comfortable and as is indeed poetic. You rest for a moment. It's a retention, a pause at the bottom, giving up all weight, all burden to the ground or to what is beneath the prostrated body. On an inhalation, the body rises up. The arms rise up, and the arms flow downward to the starting point, the resting position. And then you go to a second prostration, and so on. Proceed at your own pace. The movement is soft, sweet, flowing, beautiful, while you, awareness, are actually unmoving. Don't think about this paradox. Simply continue. Notice any squinting or flinching or subtle panic and let it go. See that there is no doer here, there's just spontaneous flowing or wu wei. One more prostration, and after that, rest in the starting position. When you rest, the body dissolves. You, awareness, are illuminating this dissolving body. The next asana will be a very simple seated, small moving cat-cow. You can either place your hands on your knees or thighs or on the mat beneath you. Either way, the first movement is to allow the chest to open up and kiss the ceiling. Shoulder blades will pull backward however far is comfortable. The face will shine toward the ceiling, and there will be a slight retention here. Before the movement goes in reverse, and there's a kind of caving or collapse as the head flows down, as the shoulders come forward, and as the spine moves toward the back wall. Continue at your own pace. And you want to emphasize too the retentions, the gentle extension at the end of the upward flowing movement, this supreme act of surrender, as well as the caving movement at the end. Continue to flow at your own pace. This is a holy dance. Feel it. Nisargadatta. Everything is happening. Nothing is happening to me. Everything is apparently unfolding. I remain uninvolved. And after the next round, return to the starting position and let the body drop as if it were a bag of potatoes gently tossed onto the countertop. It's an ah. The next movement will involve the hands flowing upward. The fingers will be clasped together with the index fingers pointing upward, skyward. Then there will be gentle movements to the right and to the left, as if you were a tree waving about in the wind. Begin and go at your own pace. No tension. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Flow gently, left and right. Find a rhythm. Whenever you notice tension, relax. You return to the starting position. The last movement, so relax here, will be a series of flowing not very far moving spinal twists. You'll begin, for example, by placing your right hand on the chair or the mat beside you. Your left hand will come across sweetly and will caress the left knee or the left thigh, the spine. Oh, I'm sorry, the right knee. And there will be a twist involving the head and the spine. And then you will reverse course and flow so that your left hand is beside your left glute, and so that your right hand is caressing your left thigh. There will be a pause between movements, but there's also a gentle flow. Go at your own pace. The movement is light. It's a little bit like levitating, like flying. Like swimming buoyantly. All the while, it's clear that awareness doesn't actually move a single inch. After the next twist, come to the starting position and rest. After all these movements, sweet, flowing, spontaneous, tensionless, feel what the current vibration is like. Luxuriate in the present experience. In the suppleness, in the newbornness. In the next part, as promised, we'll explore emotions. When an emotion appears, it can seem as if the experiential understanding that we're currently tasting has been lost. Therefore, we wish to say that that's actually not the case. To begin with, call forward a memory thought, one in which you felt angry or upset or bothered or perturbed or deeply saddened or nervous or afraid. In short, call forth an example of dukkha, of dis-ease, of dissatisfaction. What was it that gnawed at you or got your goat? Take some time so that the thought or a series of thoughts can appear. Then sift through the feelings that arose and select the one that's the most vivid, perhaps the stickiest. Turn inside the body and feel where this feeling is showing up. Is it, for example, in the stomach region, in the solar plexus, in the chest, etc.? Where are you experiencing this particular emotion? And most especially, what does this emotion actually feel like? You, awareness, open welcomingly to this emotion. The invitation in this particular meditation is actually stunningly simple. Be present with whatever is present. Indeed, be presence with whatever is present. Notice any tendency to flee the current emotion. Notice any resistance or any wayward thoughts. If any such appear, be present with any of those that are currently present, and then gently return to the emotion or the sensation. And be present with what is present. If there are any questions such as, I do not know what to do, or I would like to get rid of the current experience, or perhaps there's a more optimal way of being present with what is present, then simply notice those, set them off to the side, let go of all cleverness, and innocently, naively almost, be present with whatever is present. Let go of all desire. mind open shiningly to this arising. Ask yourself, what is the current experience like now? You're not asking how you would like it to be. You're not asking about what the non-dual spiritual books say. You're not taking notes or making comparisons. You're simply asking, what is the current experience like now? You're diving in. You're seeing what it's actually like. How much of a distance is there between you, consciousness, or the welcoming with which the experience is welcomed, and the objective experience, the emotion or sensation itself? Is there any distance? Let the experience, the emotion or sensation, merge into you, fall into being. That is to say, let any mind concocted difference between this and you be no more. Let the line vanish and see what this is actually like. Taste relaxation. Indeed, taste what is beyond tension and relaxation. Now that this line of inquiry, the one that we just followed, is especially clear, let's take a second case. Use memory one more time. Ask it, what is something that has especially bothered me? Something that has gotten under my skin? Something I can't seem to shake? Something I keep coming back to? And a thought, or most likely a feeling, will appear. follow that feeling until you discover its epicenter inside the body somewhere. And be present with whatever is present. Notice that the mind might start wandering. There might be something pleasanter to think about. Take note of that tendency and gently come back to the emotion, or at this point, the sensation. And a second time, be present with whatever is present in whichever way it is appearing. Be soft, relaxed, genuinely welcoming. Then ask yourself, what is happening to this emotion or sensation the longer I am present with it? Where does it go as it starts to fade away? Into what is it merging? There's no desire here, no attempt to end gain. There's simply patient observation. Simply equanimity and curiosity. What is felt is that the objective experience, the emotion or sensation, loses its sense of apparent limitation and dissolves into being, into presence, into consciousness, into you. The discovery is clear. The closer one looks at direct experience, the more the superimpositions, that is, the concepts seemingly laid over top of experience, melt away. And as the superimpositions melt away, what's furthermore revealed is that your direct experience is nothing other than consciousness. In other words, this very experience is consciousness. consciousnessing. And then even that discovery falls away. And there's only silence. Nameless, faceless silence. There's nobody here to be silent, and there's no thing named silence. There's only the essence to which the word silence refers.